This video is for those recruiters out there that are looking to stop working for free. Okay, you're probably sick and tired of clients ghosting you or not being loyal or just deals just falling through after you've worked your tail off, put time, energy, effort into clients' business, and you're tired of it. You want a better lifestyle, you want a better connection, a better partnership. I completely get it. I was that person years ago until I made the switch, and it's improved my life significantly. So here's the big misconception with retained search. And by the way, I never call it retained search. For some reason, the word retained search has a negative connotation to it, and it's often mistaken for only like C-level placements, and that's not true. So I call it performance-based search, and I receive a lot of requisitions and I close a lot of deals with engineer type roles, project managers, construction managers. I mean, I'm at a stage right now where I'll pitch performance-based search for any type of skill set and let the client tell me no. If they tell me no, then I'm probably not going to take their business, or I'll go to plan B, which is engage search, which where I will receive a small fee up front of like $2,500 just to engage in the search. But bottom line is, the days of me working for free for a client are done. I will never do it again. I'll let other recruiters do that, have fun, get after it. God bless you. All right. But when you make a placement where you receive a payment up front before you start your search, you'll understand exactly what I'm saying. And I've got a good feeling you'll feel the same way that I do going forward. It improves your lifestyle significantly. It's just more of a sophisticated way of doing business. Your candidates are closer to you, your clients are closer to you, and you've gained everybody's respect, which is a wonderful way to manage and run your business. But what I want to show you is the process that I bring clients through when I'm pitching performance-based search. This video is not to show you how I get the leads or how I find these clients. That can, I do other videos about that. But more importantly, once you get the lead and it's qualified, what do you do from there on out to close that deal? That's what I'm going to show you. So let's dive into my computer and I'll show you the system. Okay, so you get a client who's interested in working with you. First step is to take them to a Zoom call as soon as possible. And this is going to be what I call the introduction call. It should only be 10 minutes long, really no longer than that. And here's why. You want to appear that you're very busy, no matter what. Even if you're just starting out, posture and positioning is everything in sales. And believe me, these hiring managers are going to show you that they're busy and they're going to use you like most of them do. So you're going to get tough. And you're going to show them that you have a tight schedule right now, 10-minute intro call. Go to the Zoom call. And the spirit of this call is really to understand if they mean business. So here's the questions that I ask in these 10 minutes. Mr. Manager, on a scale from 1 to 10, how urgent is this hiring need right now? And just pause. I don't care if a minute or 2 minutes goes by of awkward silence. That's okay. And they're going to tell you, oh, it's probably like a 7. All right, well, why is it not a 10? I need to understand better as to why it's not a 10. Let them talk. All right, so because the idea is anything that is a 7 or below, that's probably going to be a red flag. Alarms should go off. They might just be getting their feelers out there. Maybe it hasn't been approved by HR or their boss yet to even use a recruiting agency. So I asked that question as well. Mr. Manager, has this requisition been approved to use a third-party recruiter like myself? Is it approved in the budget? Can they pay a fee, etc.? Find that out. You need to know where this manager is in the stage of the hiring process so that you don't waste your time, so that you protect your time. Okay, so the 1 to 10 question is great. They give you a 10, hey, I need to hire this person yesterday. That's fantastic. But you still want to find out if it's approved to use a third-party recruiting agency. All right, then I go into my fee structure, right? So they're gonna try to get the fee out of you in, I would say, 75% of the time. When you go on the intro call, they're gonna ask you, hey, what's your fee? How do you guys operate? Slow them down. Keep this client on your path, okay? You're in control here. That's very important. Mr. Client, I really appreciate that question. You're not the first person to ask me in the first 2 minutes of an intro call. I get it, and I will get there with you. Understand it's very hard for me just to give you a price right now. We work off fixed pricing, performance-based search. And so every requisition is different and unique, and we customize our proposal for our client. So as I understand more about what you're looking for and find out the details, that's when I can do a proposal for you and give you your actual fee or investment of what it's going to cost to work with my company. Sound fair? Great. Yes. Move forward. All right. So the way I explain myself to the client when it comes to, charging a fee up front, here's how it goes. Mr. Manager, so we're a little bit unorthodox, and I get that, than most recruiters out there who work for free. I used to work for free. I don't do that anymore, and here's why. We've had a great track record with our clients. I can show you some case studies as well. When we have the exclusive business working with our client, it's allowed us to work more efficiently, more swiftly, more nimble, and find you the A player candidates that you need. What we've noticed in the past is that when we're competing against other recruiting agencies, it can become an inflation war, which is no benefit to you. So my competitor down the street is talking to the same candidates that we're talking to at times, offering more money to get that candidate to work for them. And that does no good for you or anybody else. That's one reason why. But the biggest reason why is my recruiters are incentivized by commission. And when they know that they have an exclusive requisition and we received a payment up front, a third of the fee, they are here working their tails off around the clock and on weekends. And we're able to find you the A player passive candidates that you need. Okay, so the way we operate is typically, I know you want to know what the fee is. We typically go anywhere between 25 to 30% of salary. I don't know what that's going to be yet until I understand more of what you need. And then we do collect a third of that on day one before the search commences. The good news for you, this is a performance-based search. So the second installment is not due to us until we perform and give you a short list of candidates, of at least 3 candidates on a short list that your team can evaluate. Okay. And when you let us know that you want to interview at least one of those candidates, that's when the second invoice goes out. All right. And the third installment is not due until the candidate starts working on day one. How does that sound to you? Can we proceed forward? All right. So you'll either get an adamant no or you'll get a yes, right? Nothing really in between. So those that are like, oh my God, no, we never work like that. No recruiters ever charge the fee up front. A couple of different directions you can go with that, right? You can say to the client, Mr. Client, are you working with recruiters right now? Yes, we are. We work with 3 of them. Okay, how are they performing for you? Find out. They're going to tell you good, bad, whatever, but there's a reason why they're on the phone call with you right now, right? So I'd ask that question, why did you agree to take my phone call? If these recruiters are doing the job for you, there's obviously a reason why you're spending time with me today, right? So say it not in a snarky way, obviously, always be respectful, but guys, always have edge and confidence to you, okay? Because nice guys finish last. It's the truth in anything. So you have to have confidence in yourself when you pitch this. All right, if they're still against the idea of it, you could go to plan B, which would be engage search, and you can tell the manager, Mr. Manager, look, another plan that we can explore here is what I call engage search. And what this does, it shows that you have skin in the game. It shows us, my team, that you guys have a sense of urgency when we send candidates over, that you're going to screen them, you're going to interview them, and you're not going to sit on our candidates. We've had experiences in the past where we've been burnt, where we've worked around the clock for clients for free to find out that budget approval fell through midway through our search, to find out that they promoted somebody internally, they used another recruiting agency, many different reasons, but we were never told. And so all of our time, manpower, and hours and money was thrown out the window. And we just can't afford to keep operating that way. So $2,500 we collect up front. It pretty much goes into an escrow account. Here's the great news. You get that money back. We refund you that $2,500 upon the first invoice when we make the placement. How's that sound to you? Let them talk, right? All right. So those are going to be the common objections that you're going to get. If they say yes, awesome. Mr. Manager, sounds really good. You gave me a 10 that it's urgent for you. You're okay with our fee structure. So let's move to the next step, which is the discovery call. And we can set that up for the next, tomorrow or the day after. All that I ask is please have all of your stakeholders on this Zoom call. Anyone who's going to be involved in the hiring process and decision-making, I would want them there to knock this out in one shot. It's going to be more efficient and effective for all of us. Sound fair? Yes, it does. Great. Calendar invite coming. Boom, go to discovery call. What I've noticed is we have a very high close rate at discovery call. When we get a team there, we spend about 30 to 45 minutes, and we've got a really good success rate in closing that. So here is what the discovery call looks like. Let me run you through it real quick. This is our forms page that we use with Recruitemy. And so you can go in here, before your discovery call with the client and fill in these steps right here. But you just follow these questions, right? Tell us the vision and the strategy of your company. What these questions do is it elicits your client to do all the talking, which is what you want. So I've noticed these clients like really get into this, right? Because people like talking about themselves and like talking about their company. And that's what you want. You want them talking more than you're talking. They're almost selling themselves, right? Let me move my face up here. So as you can see, urgency, do you consider the search to be urgent? And if so, why? Hey, what's the consequence of not making this hire? What is the cost of this opening? Staying open, what's that costing you? Really good strategic questions, right? So you just follow these. Some of the other ones that I like a lot here going down would be here, the key short and long-term objectives the person needs to meet. So let's talk about the game plan, 90 days to 6 months, and then 6 months to 3 years. This opens a lot of dialogue, and it actually gives you a lot of good intel when it comes to finding the candidate. So you go through all these questions right here. It takes about 30 to 45 minutes. The longer, the better. Sometimes these have gone over an hour, which I'm okay with. And when I'm done with these questions, I'll then quickly show the team on the phone, the client, kind of a little bit of our process. So, hey, Mr. Manager, sounds great. We've got a really good idea here of what you're looking for. And oh, by the way, we record these because we want to go back and transcribe our notes basically onto a page that looks like this. So I let the client know that we're going to create a job advertisement page that we'll share with them before we send the proposal over. So yeah, it's a little bit of work that we do within those next few hours, but it goes a long way. And again, if you're going to ask a client for money up front, it's important to be professional and to be different and to be out of the box and do a little more work, right? So we go ahead and develop this based off the discovery call. My IT admin does. And it's pretty much a synopsis of what they just told me. And we share it with our client. And here's a video. I come on video and I talk about the role and the client and their culture and why it's a great position to apply for. And we get great feedback on this. So already the client's seeing like that we're different because they haven't seen anything like this before. And they're appreciating it. And we're getting closer to the goal line in closing this deal. Then I go and tell them, hey, when we find some candidates for you, this is how we'll submit the candidates to you. This is our shortlist system. You'll have 3 candidates right here. We do a scoring system, which I can explain to you as well. And then you'll be able to click inside each of these candidates and view their full profile like you see right here. So executive summary, education experience, meeting and exceeding objectives is the key. All this right here, guys, is stuff that we've created from doing the screening with our candidates. We go as far as putting their picture. We go as far as putting a video right here with the candidate so the client can get a taste of the candidate, which they love. Sometimes I'll interview the candidate or sometimes I'll give them a list of questions to answer and then send me the video, through like Dropbox, and we put it on here. All documentations can be hyperlinked right here, whatever, documents you want to attach. I always put the resume there for them. And then they can click on the other candidates to look at them as well. But when they see this, they're very impressed by it. They're excited about it. And it just helps us close deals. So there you go, guys. That's kind of our steps and process for closing performance-based search, not retained searches. Hope that helps.